Myself, Professor Pawar VK from Department of Geography, J.A.T Art, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon. On behalf of this video presentation, I welcome you all. Today's topic of my video presentation is earthquakes. Today, we'll see the details about the earthquakes. Now, what is an earthquake? An earthquake is sudden movement of the crust that sets it to the series of vibrations. Now, someone has explained it that when we struck a stone in a pond, at that time series of vibrations are formed which reach at the periphery. In the same way, these vibrations of the earthquakes, they travel in the periphery. Now, first of all, we will see the definitions of the earthquakes. Now, according to W.G. Moore, an earthquake is a movement or tremor of the earth crust that originates naturally and below the earth's surface. Now, whatever tremors are produced, those are just distributed on the surface of the earthquake. Now, the second definition given by Worcester. According to Worcester, an earthquake is a vibration or oscillation of the surface of the earth caused by a transient disturbance of gravitational equilibrium of rocks at or beneath the surface of the earth. Now, these were two definitions. Now, according to these two definitions, now a sudden violent shaking of the ground, typically causing great disasters which result in the movement within the earth's crust or volcanic eruptions. Now, we will see the causes of the earthquakes. Now, how these earthquakes are caused? Actually, still now it is uncertain to infer or to know about exact cause of earthquakes, since its origin lies well below than the direct observation by a geologist. No one is unable yet to confirm the exact cause of the earthquake. However, there are certain logical consequences of indirect observations from which following causes are supposed to produce earthquake shocks on the earth. Now, all these are just based on some observations, some assumptions. So, we will just see one by one the causes of the earthquakes. Now, first cause is tectonic cause. Second cause is volcanic cause. Third cause, plutonic causes. Fourth, isostatic causes. And 5, elastic rebound theory. Now, first is tectonic causes. Now, Earth's crust is not stable. Various forces act upon it. We have studied them as exogenic and endogenic forces. Because of these earth movements, rocks of the crust and subcrustal zone experience stress and tension or pressure, so that folding and faulting may upset the crust stability. Such earthquakes due to these forces are known as tectonic earthquakes. Now, we will see some of the examples of the earthquakes in the history which have taken place. Now, first earthquake in Assam, which was there on 15th October 1950. Second earthquake in Bihar, which occurred in 1943. Earthquake in San Francisco in USA on 16th April 1906. Earthquake in Japan on 20th October 1891. Next example is of earthquake in Maharashtra, which was very disastrous, which occurred on 30th September 1993. So, these were the examples of the earthquakes which shocked the crust of the earth. Now, we will see the second cause of earthquake, that is volcanic causes. Now, volcanism is one of the sudden endogenic movement due to which the molten material of the interior part of the earth ejects out on the earth's surface. Materials like mud, ash, boulders, gas are coupled with lava or magma violently. Now all these materials, they erupt out with a great explosion and which are poured on the surface of the earth. Such volcanic activities are many times associated with earthquake in some other area at the same time. Intensity of such earthquakes depends upon the intensity and nature of volcanic eruptions. Causing of volcanic activity marks the end of earthquake shocks too. The intensity may cause earthquake shocks at places several thousands of kilometers away from the place of volcanism. Wherever the volcanic activity takes place, from that origin, the shocks are received far beyond. For example, volcanic eruption on Krakatoa propagated earthquake activity at Cape Horn in South America, 12,800 kilometers away from the place of volcanism. From this, we can get an idea how far the intensity of the earthquake shocks it spreads into the periphery in the form of the seismic waves. Now, we will see the third cause of earthquake, that is plutonic causes. Some earthquake activities occur due to chemical explosions in the composition of rocks or recrystallization of rock matter or changes in molecular arrangement of the rocks deep below the earth's surface. Such causes have not been well judged since their root lies very deep from the surface of the earth. According to geologists, such activities may occur at the depth between 240 to 675 kilometers from the earth's surface. So, these causes which are related with the rocks deep below the earth's crust are shown to be one of the causes of the earthquakes. Now, we will see the next cause of earthquakes, that is the isostatic causes. Earth witness or experience changes in the crustal volume due to weathering agents and denudational processes. Due to this, there is a removal at crustal matter in one area and deposition of it in some another area. Actually, erosion and deposition are consequent processes which are occurring since the evolution of the earth. Now, as a result, the isostatic balance of the crust is upset or disturbed. To restore the balance or to regain the balance, crustal surface may receive shocks from below the surface of the earth. Such earthquakes are supposed to be less intensive and mild. Now, due to this isostatic imbalance, the earthquakes are continuously receiving, or the earthquake shocks are being received all over this earth surface. Now, we will see the next cause of the earthquake, that is the elastic rebound theory. Now, according to this modern theory, actually this is the modern theory regarding to know the cause of the earthquake. Now, according to this modern theory, the cause of earthquake activity on the earth can be guessed or known. According to this theory, the low-lying areas of the earth receive large amount of debris and eroded material so that the load exerts pressure on the crust there. Due to the pressure of the load, the crust becomes less resistant and weaker than the previous state. The rocks below such weak crust are also pressurized and break down or shatter off. The broken rock fragments or rock masses are displaced in vertical plane or obliquely. They displace themselves up and down and try to restore the original position. Due to their disturbances, they after all restore the original positions later on. Due to this displacement of interior rocks, the crust experiences earthquake shocks. So, this is one of the cause which is known as the elastic rebound theory. Now, such movements may occur well below the surface of the earth, that is from 80 kilometers deep to 800 kilometers deep from the surface of the earth. So, some geologists have made tremendous efforts to understand the cause of earthquakes based on seismic or earthquake studies.